तानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। नमो महावदान्याय कृष्णप्रेमप्रदायते कृष्णाय कृष्णचैतन्यनाम्ने गौरत्विषे नमः। तप्तकाञ्चन गौराङ्गी राधे वृन्दावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। हे कृष्ण करुणा सिन्धु दीनबन्धो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिकान्त राधाकान्त नमोऽस्तुते। श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत्। We are reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, 6th canto, 1st chapter, verse number 13 and 14. So we are going through the holy life of Ajamil. So before that, Sukadeva Goswami is inquired by Parikshit Maharaj about the way to atone for the sins. Sukadeva Goswami said that you should perform activities as described in the scriptures in order to free yourself from the sins. Parikshit Maharaj, he said that this is like an elephant taking bath. Elephant has taken bath and then he is coming onto the shore and putting back dust on him. Means even though one is performing an activity in order to free oneself from sinful activities, still his desire to commit sin is not finished. Therefore, he will again repeat the same sin. So I don't consider this as an atonement. Please suggest something superior. Then Sukadeva Goswami says that one has to lead a regulated life through knowledge. Means one will become eligible to attain knowledge when one becomes regulated. Through knowledge, one will be able to burn all the sins. So we will continue, we will go through that particular verse only because we didn't go in detail yesterday because time was up. Tapasa brahmacharyena shamena cha damena cha tyagena satya shauchabhyam yamena niyamena va देहवाग बुद्धिजम धीरा धर्मज्ञाः श्रद्धयान्विताः क्षिपन्त्यघम महदपि वेणुगुल्म विमानलः चित्तैकाग्र्य अष्टांग मैथुन रहित ब्रह्मचर्य अंतर इंद्रिय ओ बाह्येन्द्रिय निग्रह दान जतार्थ भाषण शौच अहिंसादि जम ओ जपादि नियमेर प्रभावे धर्म रहस्यविद श्रद्धावान ज्ञानीगण काय वाक्य बुद्धि कृत समूह सुमहत पाप केव अग्नि द्वारा वेणुगुल्म बाँशेर झाड़ विनाशेर न्याय दूरीकृत करिया थाकेन. Those who have the knowledge of dharma, the true religiosity, those who are very sincere, those persons, the jnanis, such jnanis, they burn all the sins that they have committed through the body, mind and speech. How much ever intense those sins may be, they burn all these sins simply by observing various regulated lifestyle. What is that? What regulated things? What one is chitta ekagriya, meditation through concentration of the mind, ashtanga maithuna rahita brahmacharya, and celibate life, free from any brahmacharya. Actually, brahmacharya means to be free from all, not only physical association but also free from the mental association. So brahmacharya means to be, actually brahmacharya means, according to ordinary people, they say holding the semen is called brahmacharya. But it is not truly brahmacharya. One should devote one's life completely in the service of Hariguru Vaishnavas. That is the true definition of brahmacharya. So, but here it is said, Jnani, he is not a devotee yet. Therefore, because he is not a devotee, Jnanis, they observe this brahmacharya, a very celibate life. No physical association, no mental association also. And antarindriya o bahyendriya nigraha, to control the inside and outside senses. Dan, to give in charity. Yatartha bhashan, and to speak limited, whatever is required, not speak more than what is necessary. Yatartha bhashan, and also speaking truth, not like he is speaking lies, he is trying to justify. No, speak truth and limited. Shaucha, cleanliness, and ahinsadi yama, and non-violence, practicing non-violence. Practicing non-violence means not killing any living entities. And here violence does not necessarily mean physical killing, it also means thinking bad about others. Mental violence, mentally thinking about or cursing others that they should be ruined. This is also not good. Those who are jnanis, because this is a mental sin. One is a physical sin and other is a mental sin. They would not, because they know that through mind also we should not commit sins. So they not only are directly engaged in any violent activities physically, but mentally also they never engage in any kind of harmful activity for others. And japadi niyam, and chanting, by practicing the chanting of the various mantras. So by these practices, those who have the knowledge of dharma, those who know the secrets of dharma, they will burn all their sins, how much ever severe they may be, whatever they have committed through mind, body or speech. Just like in the forest, when there is a fire, the forest of the bamboos, when there is a fire, all the bamboos are destroyed simply by the fire. In a similar manner, the jnani, he will burn all the sins, how much ever severe they may be, through knowledge or through regulation, through this regulated life. Shri Vishnu Chakravarti Thakur writes in the commentary, Ihai Vishada Bhave Duiti Shloke Bolite Chen Tapasya Ityadi. So how can one actually become eligible for knowledge so that all his sins are destroyed? One has to be practicing a regulated life. Tapasya bolite bhogarahitya. First is Tapasya. Tapasa brahmacharyena. Tapasya means penance. What is penance? Penance is to be free from enjoying tendency. That is called penance. Our Swami Maharaj, he has described what is penance, what is tapasya. He writes, voluntary acceptance of any trouble for a higher cause. We are voluntarily accepting some kind of a physical trouble for a higher purpose. Just like we are observing Ekadashi Vrata. Observing Ekadashi Vrata means not eating, not drinking. Those who are doing, Nirambu without even drinking water, not eating anything and not drinking anything. For Indians or for Bengalis particularly, not eating rice is a great tapasya. So one day they don't eat rice, it's a great tapasya. So, but why are we doing this tapasya? For a higher cause, for a noble cause, to attain Krishna Bhakti. So, Swami Maharaj, he says, tapasya means voluntarily accepting. Voluntarily accepting means I am accepting by my own desire. Nobody is forcing that upon me, but I am accepting it for a higher purpose. That is tapasya. So, here tapasya is told as bhogarahitya, to be free from enjoying tendency. What enjoying tendency we have? We have 11 sense organs. All the 11 senses have their own tendencies to enjoy or their own ways of enjoyment. So tapasya means not simply refraining from good eating. Also you should do tapasya of the nose, of the ears, of the eyes, of the skin, of all the bodily organs we should observe tapasya. Means free from whatever tapasya that previously they used to do. They used to go to the forest, they used to sit on a hilltop or whatever it is in extreme cold, in extreme heat, whatever it is, in all circumstances they are sitting and doing various tapasyas. Means free from enjoying tendency. He could sit very nicely in a beautiful hermitage cottage. He can sit and do meditation there. No, he is not doing there. He is staying, he is going on the top of the hill, because freeing oneself completely from all kinds of sense enjoyment. In the winter season, in India, waking up for Mangalarati is a tapasya. And taking bath before Mangalarati is a tapasya. But we are accepting it. We have to accept it. Why? For higher purpose. Brahmacharya, Stri Darshanadi, Tyag. And Brahmacharya. Brahmacharya means here Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur says Stri Darshanadi, Tyag, not to see women. We should not see women. This is Brahmacharya. Why? Because Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, when he speaks the glories of Rai Ramananda, he says, who in this world is not shaken by the sight of a woman? Every person, every man is simply shaken by the sight of a woman. Forget about seeing a woman. My dear, he is telling to Pradyumna Mishra, my dear Pradyumna, just by seeing the doll of a woman, a wooden doll of a woman, is also bringing various kinds of, mental agitation in a person's mind. But Rai Ramananda, when he was speaking about the glories of Rai Ramananda, but Rai Ramananda is the one, even though he is directly touching the women, he is seeing all their, them in a very nude position, but still his mind is not agitated. Means here Stri Darshana, Vishayi Darshana, seeing a woman and seeing a materialistic person is completely prohibited. Now the question is, every day we are seeing women. How can we live in this world without seeing a woman? When you are going to preaching program, then in every house there are women, they are cooking, then you will not say, Hare Krishna, I don't want to see you. You cannot do like that. One devotee, he came to Guru Maharaj and he asked, I am a sannyasi. For sannyasis, Stri Darshan, seeing a woman is prohibited. But I have to go on preaching program. He is a foreign devotee. In foreign devotee, particularly, if you do this discrimination, man, women, all these things, then you are in a great soup. So he asked, I am going on preaching program here and there, but for sannyasis, Stri Darshan, seeing a woman is prohibited. How can I do preaching? And if I go on the streets, I am seeing women. How is it? And Guru Maharaj said, seeing women here, what it means is not seeing a woman is prohibited, but seeing with an enjoying tendency is prohibited. You should not see with an enjoying tendency. Stri means an object of enjoyment. Here does not necessarily mean a woman. Stri means an object of enjoyment. So you should not see women with as an object of enjoyment, that I shall enjoy. So here the meaning of Stri Darshan, a prohibition of Stri Darshan, is not that you should not close your eyes literally to not see a woman, but to be free from the enjoying tendency. So Brahmacharya Stri Darshanadi Tyag, to practice Brahmacharya means to be free from enjoying tendency of a woman. Shama अर्थात जथा शक्ति मनेर संयम. One has to control the mind. Shama, sham, dam. These are the various ways of yogic practices. Sham, dam, niyam, pranayam, pratyahar. There are various practices. So, and of course, also for attaining knowledge, one should have the control of the mind. Otherwise, how can one get knowledge? When the mind is not controlled, how can I get knowledge? So, yata shakti maner samyam, one has to control the mind as per his capacity. Dama, bahendriyer nigraha, and niyam, yam means all the outside sense organs, all these external sense organs, they are also to be controlled. Tyaga bolite annadi dan, and one has to offer charity, means one should have mercy. This also one should practice, to be merciful to others. Dan, charity, giving charity. By doing this, one will be freed. You see, all these things are required for the mind to become lighter. Our mind is very heavy with all the unwanted rubbish thoughts. In order to be freed from all those things, one has to purify it. These are all the purificatory activities. So, charity, giving in charity is another practice. Ahimsa prabhriti yam, non-violence, not being harmful to other living entities. Not only to humans, we should not harm any living entity. Evam japa prabhriti niyam, and japa, etc., chanting of the various mantras, Vedic hymns, invocation, prayers. By all these things, niyam, one has to practice. These are the list of the things that are to be done and those things that are not to be done. It's a set of prohibitions and set of to be done activities. Arthat देह वाक्य बुद्धि द्वारा अर्जित महत पाप केवु श्रद्धायुक्त विद्वान व्यक्तिगण विनष्ट करें, जेमन अग्नि बृहत वेणुगुल्म अर्थात बाष्पन केवु दग्ध करे. So those who are practicing this, they have the capacity to burn even the greatest of the sins that they have committed through the mind, body or speech. Just like fire burns the forest of bamboos. In a similar manner, they burn everything. केचित् केवलया भक्त्या वासुदेव परायणाः अगम गुणवन्तिं कार्त्स्येन निहारमिव भास्करः. These two verses that we read yesterday, or just now we read, and this particular verse, these are very frequently quoted by Srila Guru Maharaj. Guru Maharaj used to quote these verses very frequently. And how brahmacharya, tapasya, etc., they have the capacity to burn the sins. But kechit kevalaya bhaktya. Kevalaya bhaktya means kevala bhakti, devotion. In this particular verse, Sukadeva Goswami talks about devotion. So far we heard about karma, jnana, how they can burn the sins or how they can, remove the sins. But in this verse, Sukadeva Goswami talks about kevala bhakti, one-pointed devotion to Krishna. So the translation of this verse is like this. अग्निद्वारा वेणुगुल्म विनाशे न्याय जे तपस्या ब्रह्मचर्यादिर बले पापनाशेर कथा कथित हইল তাহাতেও পুনরায় পাপাঙ্কুরোদ্গমের আশঙ্কা আছে, কারণ অগ্নি হয়তো বেণুগুল্মের মূল দেশকে সর্বতোভাবে দগ্ধ করতে না করিতেই নির্বাপিত হইতে পারে. So our in the translation, Srila Prabhupada is writing that in the previous verse we heard about the fire burning the forest of the bamboos. But there is still a possibility of the fire completely getting extinguished before the roots of the bamboo is burnt. Okay, understood? Fire can burn the bamboos that are on the floor, but it will get extinguished even before the root of the bamboos which is inside the earth is burnt. Means still there is a chance of papankura. Ankura means sprout. Sprout, sprouts? You put some, some pulse in the water, the next day you see a sprout. Understand? So that is coming from the sprouts of the sin is not extinguished. The knowledge can burn the bamboo forest, but not the root of the bamboo. That is the root of the sin. Sutra, এইরূপ প্রায়শ্চিত্তের কথা শ্রবণ করিয়া পরীক্ষিত মহারাজ বিশেষ সন্তুষ্টি হইতে পারলেন না দেখিয়া শ্রী সুখদেব তাহার নিকট ভক্তগণের মতো উল্লেখ করিয়া বলতে চান. So when Sukadeva Goswami spoke this about knowledge, that knowledge will burn all the sins, Sukadeva Goswami saw that Parikshit Maharaj is not very satisfied even with that. Because the thing is that by seeing the listener, the speaker will understand whether he is following or not. Isn't it? When you are speaking something to someone, whether he is really interested in your conversation or not, whether he is liking, whether he wants to get out of that place, easily the person who is speaking can understand. When you are talking to someone, the other person, whether he is interested to listen to you or not, you will be able to know by his facial expressions. He is okay. He is looking at the watch repeatedly, or he is looking here and there. By all these signatures or the gestures, one will understand that he is not interested in listening to me. So the point is that, Sukadeva Goswami could understand that Parikshit Maharaj was not very satisfied when he said about the knowledge. Because the sins may be burnt, but that which is there inside the heart is still not burnt. Means the cause, the tendency to commit the sin is still not finished. Then Sukadeva Goswami is advising this. What is he saying? कतिपय मात्र केनना एरूप भक्त प्रधान पुरुष बड़ई दुर्लभ वासुदेव परायण पुरुषई तपस्यादि निरपेक्षा केवला भक्ति द्वारा ही पाप के समूले संहार करें. He is telling that very rare are those who worship Vasudeva Krishna and thus be freed from all sinful activities by one pointed devotion which is free from jnana, karma, tapasya, etc. Kechit kevala bhaktya. Kechit means very rare. Very extremely rare are those souls who perform kevala bhaktya. Kevala bhakti means one pointed bhakti. Kevala means only. Krishna only, nothing else. Means that devotion which is free from jnana and karma. They are not performing any karma, they are not desirous of any jnana. So he is telling that such persons, they don't undergo any this kind of tapasyas, physical tapasyas. The devotees also undergo tapasyas. As I said, that waking up for Mangala Arati in the winter itself is a tapasya. Devotees are doing it, but they don't do it in order to control. They do it in order to please Supreme Lord Sri Krishna. The purpose of our waking up in the Mangalarti is not to control our body or our sense organs. The purpose is that we should take darshan of Supreme Lord Sri Krishna early in the morning. It is Mangala Arati. Mangala is highly auspicious. Even the demigods, they come to take sight of Supreme Lord Sri Krishna, to participate in the Arati. Therefore, it is highly auspicious. So, the devotees, they don't get up in the morning to control their sense organs, but it is, they do it for the purpose of taking darshan of Supreme Lord Sri Krishna, by which the sense organs are automatically controlled. The purpose is not to control, the purpose is to take darshan, by which control automatically happens. So, by this one pointed devotion, very few people, through devotion, they completely drive away all the sins. प्रभाकर जे रूप हेमराशि के संपूर्ण रूपे विनाश करिया थाके तद्रूप वासुदेव परायण ऐकांतिक भगवत भक्त गणऊ भक्ति बले आनुषंगिक भावे पाप के समूले उत्पाटित करिते समर्थ हन. Just like when the sun rises, all the dew particles in the air, they will all be finished. You know dew? The fog in the morning, you know, in the winter, fog, mist, I don't know what you call, mist, fog, dew, all these things. So, when the sun shines, then automatically all the dew particles are finished. In a similar manner, those who perform one-pointed devotion to Vasudeva Krishna, the secondary effect of it is that all the sins are finished. Means, it is not the primary cause. We should not perform Hari Bhajan to free ourselves from the sins. Sins will automatically be finished when we perform Hari Bhajan. But that is not the purpose of it. So here Sukadeva Goswami is telling that just like in the morning the sun melts all the dew and the dust in the or the mist in the air, in a similar manner devotees, simply by performing one-pointed devotion to the Supreme Lord, they are able to remove all their sinful reactions. যেমন আলোক দানেই সূর্যের মুখ্য কার্য, एवं हिमाद्रि विनाश आनुषंगिक. Just like the sun is not raising to melt the ice or the melt the dew. He is not coming here to melt the ice or dew or the snow. He is raising to give sunshine. The sun, the purpose of sunshine is only to illuminate. That is the purpose of sunlight. But as a secondary effect of the sunrise, what happens is the snow is also getting, melted. The snow is melted and it is finished. तद्रूप भगवत सेवा व प्रेम प्राप्ति भक्तिर मुख्य साध्य एवं अविद्या व पापादि विनाश आनुषंगिक. In a similar manner, the principal goal, objective of one-pointed devotion to Vasudeva Krishna is to get love towards him. To get one-pointed love towards the Supreme Lord is the principal reason for devotion or principal objective of devotion. As a secondary effect of it, one will be automatically freed from the sins. Because until one is freed from sins, how can one get prema bhakti? Where there is kama, where there is lust, wherever there is sin, how can there be the Supreme Lord? Either our heart is filled with the sinful desire or it is filled with Supreme Lord. Both cannot be there. Desire to tendency to enjoy the world and tendency to worship Supreme Lord cannot be there simultaneously. Mind can either worship the Lord or it will want to enjoy. So, the tendency to enjoy will be finished, or all the sins will be finished automatically when one performs one-pointed devotion to Krishna. But the principal objective or the principal fruit of such devotion is prema bhakti. Just like we also heard the example previously, when we are burning wood, when the firewood is burnt, it is burnt in order to prepare some food items. We are burning wood, firewood for what? To cook. Or in the foreign countries, they burn firewood in order for the heat, for the purpose of heat. These days we have heaters. Earlier days they used to be hearths. In the hearth they used to put the wood, they used to burn, and then they used to take the fire. Now we have heaters, electric heaters everywhere. Previously they used to put the fire. So we are burning the firewood in order to either cook or to heat our body. But nobody is burning wood in order to get ash. I want ash, therefore let me burn wood. No. Ash is a secondary product. Ash? When firewood is burnt, what is left, the remaining? You don't know ash. After burning firewood, ash, dust. That. Nobody is burning fire to get the ash. Everybody is burning fire to cook or to heat themselves. But ash comes automatically. In a similar manner, Vasudeva Parayana, a devotee performs Haribhajan not to free from the sins, but he will be freed from the sins automatically by performing Haribhajan. সূর্য উদিত হইলে যেমন আর কোথাও নিরহ থাকতে পারে না, তদ্রূপ কেবলা ভক্তি উদিত হইলে জীবের আর পাপাদিতে প্রবৃত্তি থাকে না. So, now in the previous two methods, it has been told karma to atone, means if you have committed some sinful activities, in order to atone, you should perform some activities that are prescribed in the scriptures. For this kind of sin, you have to perform this kind of atonement. So Parikshit Maharaj told that the desire to commit sin is not finished. because they are again engaging in sinful reaction. Then he talked about jnana, knowledge, which will burn all the sins. But for that, Parikshit Maharaj is saying that no, it will burn the sins, but the root is still remaining. The root is still remaining. And when there is rain in the bamboo forest, it is burnt. But still the root is there. When there is a rain, what happens? Again the bamboos start coming. They again start coming. So, what is the use of such a thing? That's also not atonement. Then, finally he is telling that just like when the sun rises, वो बैग उनको दे देना, बाहर आए प्रभु जी, उनको दे देना, वो करची हमारा है, मटका है. Just like when the sun rises, what happens? All the dew is automatically finished, is driven away automatically. In a similar manner, if one performs Hari Bhajan, automatically the tendency to commit sin is also finished. Understand? The tendency to commit sin, because of which we are committing sin, the desire to commit the sin, that is also finished. Just like the sun, when the sun comes, the dew is automatically melted in a similar manner. Okay, so we will go through the purport by Vishnu Chakravarti Thakur. There is a purport by Srila Prabhupada also to this verse. This is a very, very important verse. Our Guru Maharaj used to speak on this. So we will hear about this in detail tomorrow, and if need be, day after tomorrow also. Vancha kalpatarubhyascha kripa sindubhya evacha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namah. Shri Shri Guru Gauranga Gandharvika Giridhari Shri Shri Radha Madan Mohan Panchatattvatmak Shri Gaura Hari Ki Jai. Paramaraditam Patita Pavana Stotra Sata Shri Srimad Bhakti Vallabh Tirtha Goswami Shri Guru Maharaj Ki Jai. Nitya Leela Pravishtavam Vishnupad Pranamata Stotra Sata Shri Srimad Bhakti Daita Madhav Goswami Maharaj Ki Jai. Jagat Guru Shla Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Thakur Prabhupada Ki Jai. Shri Shri Rupanuga Guru Varga Ki Jai. Shri Rupa Sanatana Bhatta Raghunath Shri Jiva Gopala Bhatta Das Raghunath Shad Goswami Prabhu Ki Jai. Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Shri Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Ki Jai. Sarva Vigna Vinashanakari Bhakta Vatsala Bhagavan Shri Singha Dev Ki Jai. Bhakta Pravara Shri Prahlad Maharaj Ki Jai. Ananta Koti Vaishnav Vrinda Ki Jai. Grantharaj Srimad Bhagavat Mahapuran Ki Jai. Shri Krishna Dvaipayana Vedavyasa Mahamuni Ki Jai. Shri Sukadeva Goswami Ki Jai. Shri Parikshit Maharaj Ki Jai. Srimad Bhagavat Shravanakari Bhakta Vrinda Ki Jai. Shri Harinam Sankirtan Ki Jai. Gaur Premanande Hari Hari Bol.